in this live stream, I'm going to create a recipe book app in Angular with the knowledge which we have gained through the past three Angular tutorials. And this app will not be complete, means it will complete in its sense, but we will modify it more. There will be part 2 also of this app. Okay, so let's get started with the app. And so let me share my screen. Okay, I'm sharing my screen, and just I have this. Okay, so wait a sec. Yeah, so let us start it. And I'm in a folder, and here I will start a new recipe book app. And I'm going to use no strict mode because I don't want to get into that TypeScript thing a lot. Means TypeScript is required in Angular, but not this. What is coming? Sorry, I was doing something. Some tag is coming. I was doing some YouTube editing for my wife YouTube channel, and that tag is coming. So let me type it: ng new recipe book dash dash no strict. Okay, so no strict. This was what I was talking about. So no strict. So or else it is very strict. Angular is very strict, and it will not allow us to do it. So Angular routing we don't need right now. So I will do no, and I want to use CSS only. So CSS and it will do. And one thing good about Angular is that it doesn't require 5 to 10 minutes, which React does. So it will be very difficult in a live stream if it will take that much time. But then also I'm doing a live stream, and which takes a lot of computer resources, so it will take more than what I used to do. Okay, so next let it get complete. We will add Bootstrap also. So adding Bootstrap is a bit different way in Angular. Okay, I don't know. Now I told that it will be done quickly, but it is taking a lot of time. Okay, so please. Okay, yeah. Okay, Viresh, very good, good suggestion. Good suggestion. I will do it. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, so this is done, and now we are going to install the Bootstrap. Okay, and Bootstrap is done by, and Bootstrap also, Bootstrap 3 I'm going to use, not some other version. And pmi be Bootstrap at 3. Okay, so Bootstrap at 3 is installed, and oh, my bad. I don't know where I have installed the Bootstrap. Okay. My bad. Okay, I have to go inside it. Okay, and what was the name? CD. I installed Bootstrap, I think, globally. CD recipe book, and inside this I will install the Bootstrap. Now it is installed. Let me add it. Start it with. Open it with VS Code. So I've opened it with VS Code. Okay, and now we need to add using Bootstrap is a bit different way in Angular. So we're using the latest Angular 12 anyways, but then also the Bootstrap is different. And in the src styles.css we have to give the Bootstrap part. So from where to find the Bootstrap part? Go to node modules, then there is Bootstrap dist css, and this Bootstrap main.css, this one we are going to use. Okay, so we are going to give this part styles, node modules, boot bootstrap, dist css, and bootstrap main.css we have to give. So minified version I'm taking. Okay, okay, now save it. And now what we are going to do, we are going to, I hope the size, let me increase the font size a bit, that is much better. Now we can start the Angular project by ng serve. So I'll do ng serve, and the project will get started. We are going to create all, we can create it manually also, all the components, but it's better always to create Angular components through the command line, because that's a very cool option to create it. Okay, so see, my command is running here in my terminal. This is Windows only, nothing else. So Windows terminal, and I have git bash installed. Okay, so nothing fancy, and I can do control J, and it will open my editor, integrated terminal. And I don't like PowerShell. Let me go to git bash. Yeah, some error is there. So what I'm going to create all those components from here only. So the first component which I'm going to create is ng g c ng generate component. There is can be full form also you can write, but most of the people write like this, and that is much better. Header I'll write, and it will create a header. So you can give it anywhere. The thing is that, okay, let me close this thing. This thing is bugging me. So it will create in the src, in the app, a header folder. And one good thing is that what happens, this app.module also, it includes the header component, which if you do manually, you have to manually add this thing, and it will create this, all these files like css, html, spec. We generally don't need it, but it's okay to keep it. And ts file, these three files will mainly work, not work on the testing files. Okay, so this we have done. So let's go to the app component.html. Okay, so as usual, the app component.html has a lot of things. Okay, let me see whether the ng serve has started. Ng serve, where is it? Yeah, ng serve has been successful. Let me open it. And by default, so many things are there which we know don't require any of them, any of them. So we are going to control A, delete everything. Okay, and then we have an app header. So app header, I am going to do app header, and dot container dot row dot call md12. Okay, app component I'll do, and it will show the header works and the app component. Both of these things it will show. Okay, so now we need to create some more component. So let us create all of them first. Okay, so then I'm going to do ng generate recipes. I will going to do, so the recipes component will be created. Okay, it will be created here, recipes. So inside recipes, I will create two more thing. One is the recipe detail, and one is recipe list, and inside the recipe list there will be a recipe item component, and then we are going to have a shopping list also, and inside that shopping list I'll soon see the structure. Shopping list, and inside the shopping list is shopping edit I will give. Okay, and see now we have a lot of things. So here is the header component, and this is the recipes. Inside the recipes there is a recipe, let me make it big. Recipes is there, recipe list is there. Inside the recipe list we have recipe items also is there, and recipe details is also there. So this is the structure which we are going to have. Shopping list is there, and inside shopping is shopping edit is there. So this is the whole structure which we have. Okay, so now I'm in this app component. So let us include everything here. App header I have included, and then here I will include the app recipes, and so that will prime main component, and app shopping list I will include. App shopping list I have included. Save it, and so it is working. Recipes work and shopping list works. So by default in Angular everything have this works thing inside it, so it is showing that. Now in the we will in recipes app recipes component will work. So it is recipes component.html will work here. So recipes work is coming from here. So let us have something here. So dot row dot call md5, and here app recipe list I'm going to have, and the second one will be dot call. So we are using Bootstrap, so that's why it is coming. Call md7, call md5, call md7, all these things we are going to have. App recipe detail I'm going to have. App recipe detail, save it, and components. So it is working fine, and now recipe list. So we'll open this recipe list. Recipe list recipe list.html I am going to have, and from here we are going to call the app recipe item. App recipe item I'm going to have. Now it is showing that also. Okay, so recipe item works. Okay, so lastly in the shopping list, let us do in the shopping list now. So let me close these things. We'll soon have that in the shopping list component .html. Remove this. Dot row dot call access 10. So all of you who are watching on LinkedIn, I'm live on YouTube also, so please do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching on LinkedIn, because that will help me grow. Okay, and I can produce daily videos. I'm doing a live streaming daily, so I will keep on doing this. App shopping edit is there. So app shopping edit. Okay, so we go back and shopping edits work. So this is coming from there, shopping edits work, and it is all the bootstrap roles and all those things are working fine. So the first thing which we are going to do is the header component, as always. Mostly everybody does the header component first. Header component html. Okay, header works is there, which is not good, so let us fix it. And it is nav dot nav bar dot nav bar. So we will be using a good bootstrap navbar. So navbar default dot container fluid dot navbar header and a hash class equal to navbar brand, and it is recipe book. Let me save it. Let's see the recipe book. This much have come. This navbar has come. Okay. So after this div, let us have some more dot collapse dot navbar collapse and ul dot nav dot navbar nav, like this. Then li into 2, and inside that a will be there, so it is okay. Hash recipes hash shopping list. Okay, this two will be there, and after this ul dot nav dot nav nav dot navbar right li dot drop down. That is showing good. A hash classical drop down toggle role equal to button manage span class equal to caret. Save it. Okay, so ul dot drop down menu li into 2. So this is a very cool trick. Li into 2 greater than a I will give. So see what will happen. Li, two li's will be created, and inside that anchor tag will be created with like this, and hash, and I can press tab and then save data. hash. We're not going to use this much now. Save it. So it is like this. So like we are not going to use this that much. Okay. So but we are going to have this option, recipes and shopping list. We are going to have these options. It will be clickable. Okay. So it is working fine. So the thing is that we are going to have a common recipe model for our project. So we'll create a file for that. So in the recipes folder here, we are going to have a file recipe dot model dot ts. Okay, now so this is how we create a model. So it is not required to create a model, but when we are having some common functionality, common thing, it is always advisable to create a model in angular. Export class recipe public name is string. So again some TypeScript thing is there because Angular heavily uses TypeScript. So we can, but we have given this no strict thing, so it will not give error if you don't take anything, and that is the way to start in Angular, because or else TypeScript sometimes can be very confusing also, because for everything then we have to give it. Okay, description string I have given, and public image path is string, and constructor name is string. Okay, name is string, dsc disk is string, and image path is string. Okay, constructor we have to give. Then this dot name is name, this dot description is desk, what we are passing. Okay, and this dot image path is image path. Save it, and our model is been created. Okay, so now we will this header will close, and now we'll go to the recipe list component, the first one. So recipe list component dot html, we are going. Okay, and here we are going to show a good list, so let us do that. And recipe item we'll have, but we'll have below. Okay, so let me remove it because we are going to have it inside something. Okay, so let me have it first like this only, and dot row dot call access 12 button dot btn success, and new recipe I'm going to have. Div is there, and after that there will be a horizontal row. Save it. So new recipe, so it is showing like this. Okay, now dot row dot call access 12 is there, then anchor tag dot list group item dot clear fix. Okay, so anchor tag like this, hash clear fix, this group item and clear fix dot pull left. So this div is there, and then dot list group item heading. mm, it will be an h4, so let me change it as h4, this group item heading, and it will be containing recipe name. Similarly, p dot list group item. So we are using all these bootstrap classes. Description, let me do. So see, it is coming nicely. And now this div is over, and after this we are going to have a span dot pull right and img. Okay, like right now it's okay. We are we will soon come here, so let me give a square bracket here. Alt is like this, and class is img dash spawn save. Let's give some inline style also. Style equal to max height is 50 px. Save it. And after this span and anchor tag, we'll have that app recipe item which we have removed at the starting. App recipe item, like this. So in the list there will be item, so it will be shown like this. Recipe item works and all these things, it will be there. Okay, so we have to complete some bindings here. So as we have learned earlier, some bindings we can have, and we are uh, okay. So okay. So this clear fix is there. Here we'll have a wait a sec. I think okay. I think I forgot something, because if you have a binding here itself, let us have some thing like ts file. In a ts file we'll need to have something, or else how it will show. So let us have some recipe here, and in the ts file we'll have like yeah. So in the ts file, let us have this recipes, and this recipes will be having recipe like this. So this recipe, that now we are getting it from the model. So this model which we have created, this model, it is that model. So that model is there, and after that I have we'll have to give that model thing. Okay, and then we have to give a new recipe, and we have to pass the thing like the name and description, and the name, description, and image path we have to pass. So this will let I have taken from the image, I have taken from the, yeah, as usual I have taken from the internet. So new image like chicken biryani I will take, and this is a simple biryani, and some pic I have taken. Okay, so similarly I will take the another one also. comma, like this. The another one also I've taken. So this is what the recipes is all about, and let me save it. Now we can use it here. Okay, so here I will use in this anchor tag hash and ng for I'm going to use equal to let recipe of recipes. So this recipes is coming from that your, yeah. So this recipes is coming from there, that recipe of recipes. And after that, in the recipe name I will give recipe dot name, like this. And in the description I can give recipe dot description, like this you can give. And the src we can again we are binding it, property binding, and recipe dot image path is there. Alt also similarly we can give why is it coming like this? There should be a space. Okay, recipe dot name, save it. Now if I go here, it is coming perfectly, like the chicken noodles and all these things are coming perfectly. Now we will go to the recipe detail component. Okay, so role e recipe detail html, I will go here. It is a lot of static code right now, so it's, let me paste it and I will explain it. So a lot of static code is there, row is there, source I have to put it, recipe name, and manage recipe, shopping list, edit recipe, some buttons and all those things will be there, description and ingredient. So we'll see it once it comes. And anyways I will give the github so you can check it from there. So recipe detail is like this. And okay, so see it is coming like this. So recipe detail is just it is clicking on all those things are not there, but it is coming like this. Manage recipe name, manage recipe, and all these things, they are not clickable, but this is there, recipe name, manage recipe, and all those things we have not yet made it clickable. So now it's done, and it's time to work on the shopping list component. Okay, so is shopping list component.html. But again, before working here we have to create a uh, ingredient, means model file. So model file, but the thing is that the shopping list model will be used between the recipe and the shopping list post. Because what we are going to have in this app, there will be some recipe which we want to prepare, and for that there will be a shopping list. So we have to go shopping for those for those items to prepare that recipe. It is that kind of an app. So we will be creating in the app a new folder will be created, which will be called shared. I will create this shared, and then inside this shared, in gradient dot model dot ts will create like this. And then there is a short form of what we have given in the earlier model, so we can directly do export class ingredient and constructor public name is string comma public amount is a number. So if you directly give it like this, it will also do the same thing. The instead of going to this and all those things, it will directly do this. Okay, so we have done this. This is a short form. That's empty thing we can give. Now the shopping list HTML is there, and similarly we will open the TS file also, and here we have to use the ingredient. So let us again sort of hard code it now, and ingredients is ingredient, and it will be an array. So again the TypeScript thing is there, so we are giving the type, means it's a TypeScript thing. So it is again using, see, it's again done that model. It has again imported the model automatically. Okay, so new ingredient, and it will be x, and x will be 5, and new ingredient, not like this, new ingredient, and tomatoes will be 10, like this. Okay, everything is right, save it. Now we will be coming to our shopping list, so because we want to use that thing. Okay, so that 10 edit is there, and after that let us have a horizontal row, and then ul dot list group, ul dot list group I am doing, and then a dot list group item. Okay, href, no need for href here, I'm just using the anchor tag. And then because we don't want to go to some href style equal to, so cursor is pointer. Okay, so now we are going to have that ng for star, ng for equal to let. So all this ng for and all these things I have taught in my previous 3 tutorials of Angular. If you don't want to know more about it, go through them on my channel. In gradient, let ingredient of ingredients. So this ingredients is same thing, ingredients. So this ingredients, okay. Now ingredient dot name, and ingredient not price, I don't know why it is taking price. It is ingredient dot amount, save it. Now fail to compile. Okay, fail to compile. Let us see the error. Inspect console error. So JS 150. Okay, Let's check. Actually, I should have checked it earlier. Okay. Okay. So ingredient is ingredient dot model and all these things. Shopping list component cursor and g4. If I remove this, what will happen? Let us check it. Now it is okay. Okay, so means the error is there. So error is there. So let us debug it. Okay, so let's debug it. Okay, shopping list component dot html and dot ts shopping list ts ingredients is same name ingredient new ingredient x tomato and all those things are there, 10 is there, it's okay. So it would have given error if it was wrong. Then I will come here and here I'm having list group anchor tag list group item and maybe let me remove the style or first let why is this there are two a's. I don't know why there are two a's. Okay, save it and see it is coming, eggs and tomatoes are coming fine. Okay, so we have debugged it successfully. Okay, so now we will make the shopping edit component file. Okay, so shopping edit works is coming, so we will make this. So shopping edit component.html and this one we are going to make, so it will have add and all those things. Okay, so let us do it this time. Dot row dot call xx12 form is dot row dot call sm5 dot form group. Label will be there, for will be name, it will be name, and input type is text, id equal to name, and class is form control. As usual, form control is a bootstrap class. Okay, so similar to this is the name. I am going to copy it and to form group, and it will be amount, id is amount, it is amount, and it is a number. So it is like this. Save it. Yeah, it is coming. So this row is there, we will have another row, dot row dot call access 12, and inside this we are going to have three buttons: add, delete and clear. Okay, so button dot btn dot btn success success, and add, and so the second one will be ranger, third one will be primary, and it is delete, clear, and this one will be type will be equal to submit, type will be equal to button, this one also type will be button, save it, and so these three are coming fine. Okay, these three are coming. Okay, now we will add the logic for showing the recipes or the shopping list component on the click of the navigation bar. So see, now everything is showing. Now the recipe list is showing. This all recipes are showing. Shopping list are showing. Everything is showing. Now we'll add the logic to means, but our app is means it is done. It is looking good. But boots not that good, but it's bootstrap. It is all working fine. So this was mainly to demonstrate logic, not for a very good looking app. Okay, so but most of the logics we are going to add in the second part. Okay, so now we want to as I have told, we want the click to happen. So I will go to the again the header, because the header, the click event is there, header dot component dot html, and then here mm, nav nav it is there, and here we are going to have it. So click is there equal to, so click event we are going to have on select, and here I am on select we're going to make in the ts file soon, and recipe I am going to have. Okay, similarly click event equal to on select shopping list I'm going to have. Okay, so these two things we have added, save it, and now as I've told in the header component.ts file, we have to go and let me open it from here itself, header component.ts file. So here, okay, yeah, anyways it will fail to compile because it is not there. Okay, so header we have here, we are here. So here we will have a feature selected. Okay, so this will be an event emitter. Why it will be an event emitter? Because we have to send from header to our app, to our app component, and app component is a parent, so we have to make the emitter, and we are going to have it output as output also. Event emitter I will give, and it is giving me error because I have to import it. I can do it like this, and the event emitter it is coming, and it will be at output because we are outputting it here. So at output decorator will be there. If you want to know more about at output, see my angular tutorial till part 3. So more angular tutorials are coming. So that is angular is not that small, it is not yet completed. Okay, so event and output, see both of them are added there, and the angular core. Now this on select thing I have to do, this on select I will come on select, and on select, feature is feature. I'll pass, we are passing that feature string, this much. I don't want this much TypeScript. Okay, and now this dot feature selected dot emit. So feature selected is it, and emit is a feature. So whatever I'm feature means, it will be either recipe or shopping list, so it will be passing that thing. If I save it and see, the error has gone. Okay, so now we are emitting this thing. Now we have to use it. So where we are going to use it, so parent component, we will go to the parent component, which is the app component, which is actually calling this thing app dot component dot ch and app dot component dot html. So if you see, the app header has been called from here. Okay, so this is the parent component anyways. So now after this, now come here and have a loaded feature equal to recipe, and sometimes it is this auto generated thing, it is weird. On navigate, on navigate is the on navigate, we are going to create it. On navigate is header component, is this feature is been emitted. Okay, on navigate and feature string this dot loaded feature equal to feature. Okay, save it. Now the app component.html, the main thing will come app component.html, and this feature selected. So feature selected is that, see, feature selected is getting passed from here, and it will come here in the html. So this is how it is emitted, and it is caught by here. So this feature selected is emitted from here, and it is caught from here. So app header, it is been caught, and so we'll do this property binding, and then here from here that we created earlier, but we should not have created earlier. So this on navigate will be called. On navigate will be called with dollar event. With dollar event it will be called. So event will be what will be the event? Event will be either recipe or shopping list. So that will be getting passed from here. So now we will show either the recipe component or the shopping list depending upon that. Okay, so as recipe list I'm going hash ng if, I will do ng if equal to loaded feature. So loaded feature is what? Loaded feature is this thing, this dot loaded feature, which is by default is a recipe. Okay, loaded feature triple equal to recipe. Okay, loaded feature triple equal to recipe. Okay, similarly star ng if loaded feature not equal to recipe. Loaded feature not equal to, so it we could have given the shopping list also, but loaded feature not equal to recipe. All right, loaded feature not equal to recipe. Okay, so we will save it. Then now let me go here and selected, why is this is coming as selected recipe and shopping list? Some issue is there. Okay, it should not come as selected recipe, and it should not come as shopping list. So I will do it. Okay, okay, I will do it. Some issue is there. Okay, so again we will fix it. So let us fix it. Yeah, these bugs are always there. Features selected. So again let me debug it. This thing comes. Okay, header component only some issues there because it is okay. I don't know, means I know how this might have come. Okay, what happened? I have something some intelligent thing. This tab 9 is there, or this might have done this. So recipes I have done. So let me save it. So now the recipes is coming. Okay, by default recipes is coming, and the shopping list I'll do. But why it is not showing the shopping list? Recipes it is showing fine, shopping list is not showing, means still we have some bug is there. So on select is let us debug. On select shopping list we are passing, and feature selected dot emit uh, on select this feature we are passing. What is this feature? This whatever this feature is there, it is passing. And then this app component, we are catching it. Let me bring it here because we're catching it here. Feature selected, we are catching it. Okay, feature selected, and then from feature selected on navigate, and event is there on navigate, and dollar event is there on navigate, and dollar event. This dot feature select, this dot loaded feature equal to feature. Okay, whatever the feature is there, it is either it will be recipe or shopping list. So I will be coming here, and and if loaded feature, is it right? The loaded feature spelling is right. Yeah, it is right. Triple equal to recipe, and ng if loaded feature not equal to recipe. Let me do one thing. I don't know, sometimes some like this things happen. Triple equal to, let me make it shopping list. Okay, not instead of not shopping list will be done if the loaded feature triple equal to shopping list. Okay, if it is not, then we will do some console logging thing. Okay, so if I come here, and let me see here if some error is there. Okay, no error is there, no error is there, no error is there. Okay, no error is there, compiled successfully. Let us refresh it also, it is sometime it happens. But still the shopping list is not coming. Why it is not coming? That's the issue, why it is not coming. Shopping list, and if I don't give this, then is the shopping list coming here? Yeah, shopping list is coming here. So this is all the shopping list. Wow, it is weird. If I'm clicking on the shopping list, I have even removed it. Okay, I've even removed it, and it is coming like this. And if loaded picture equal to recipes, then it will do this, and it is coming, but I don't want this thing to come here, but it is coming perfect here like this. So I don't have many people in the live stream also, so that they can help. Okay, so I have to debug it myself. So this thing happens. So z loaded feature not equal to, again let me make it like this. Save it. So This is not loaded because loaded feature not equal to recipe shopping list, but shopping list nothing is coming. So let us do some console logging, and then we will figure out why it is happening like this. So from a header component, got it. Why ngif is not like this, ngif is like this. So there was a spell mistake. Shopping list. Now both of them are working fine, exactly. So see, so small things happens in the code that it is so difficult to find out. Okay, so we have a lot of things, more things to go, and I think it will again, today's system will also go till 11, I think. It is good. Longer streams are good. Okay, so then the app component.html, app component.html. So we'll refactor our code a bit now. Okay, so recipe list component.html will go recipe list component.html, and from here we'll cut the recipes here. From here we'll cut the recipes. Or where is it? Yeah, recipes we are going to cut recipe list component. So all of this we are going to cut, and then we are going to put in the recipe item component. So because our recipe item component.html, so it doesn't have anything right now. Recipe item component.html, recipe item works. So it is only the thing which was showing recipe item work. So like this we are going to put, but without the ng for, we don't want that this ng for to be here. Save it, cut it, save it, and now this ng for we will soon have it here. Oh, it's okay, we'll soon have it. That's why I've cut it. And now we'll go to the ts file, recipe list component.ts file. So what we are going to, what we are doing, we are doing that recipe list, we are passing it to the recipe item because it is where it should belong, not here. Okay, so now here in the recipe item component, where I am, why I am in the recipe list. No, I don't want to be in the recipe list. I want to be in recipe item, the ts file for this recipe item component dot ts file. Yeah, I want to be here. So here we are going to have a at input, at input. So recipe, so this is a child component, so we are having at input for that. Okay, recipe, we are going to have the recipe model. So why it is not imported? So let me import it. Import, so import is done. Recipe is a common model we are going to use. Input and all these things, and nothing else I have to use. Okay, so now we will go back in the recipe. This one I don't want. Recipe list component html. Okay, and we have passed this here, but there is no ng for, or means we'll have the ng for and pass it now. Okay, so let me cut it, and here it is the star ng for equal to not let me give it item here, let item of recipes I will give, and let me take it to the next line like this, and then recipe equal to item like this I'll do. So we are binding that recipe to the binding the recipe to item whatever we are passing. So this item, so this recipe is, where is our ts file? So this recipe is this recipe, so we're binding it, so from parent to child, and with binding it with the item, so we are passing that and the recipe list component, if you go recipe list component .ts file, what is this? This is this array of this array of new recipe, it is this, so we are passing each one of them. So this is how it works. Okay, so after that, let us go back. Yeah, it is working as usual, so means everything is fine, although we have refactored from the list to the item. Okay, so now from the recipe item component, so see this recipe item component is there, what way is there, recipe item when we click on it, what we want to pass the recipe details. So recipe details like this is a chicken biryani, so this is simple biryani, chicken noodles, it should change and put all those things there. So this is the thing which we are going to do now. Okay, so in the recipe item component, so let me close this, and the recipe item component .html, so we this all is there, so we will be adding a click handler here to each one of this. So this is a single recipe as usual, so see click handler will do, and here equal to on selected, on selected will do. Okay, save it, and then we will go to the recipe item component dot ts file, and now we have our recipe selected is there, so recipe selected is this on selected. So here we have to output, so this is not a very elegant solution, but we know right now this much only because we have done 3 angular bases. So from here recipe item, we will use output decorator to output it. Okay, so at output, because you will soon see why it is not an elegant solution, because we are passing this around a lot. Okay, at output, output is done, and recipe selected equal to new event emitter I will do, and event emitter we have to do it, click it, this bulb thing is very good, and event emitter we have added event emitter there. And then after that on selected, this on selected which we have created here, on selected will come here, and on selected, on selected, and now we will emit it, this dot recipe selected dot emit, and we are emitting it, save it. So now we are emitting it. Now what we are going to do, we are in the recipe list component, so you see we are emitting it, and we are again going back to the recipe list component. So as I have told, it's a very bad thing which you are going to do, but we don't have any other thing right now because we have not learned that thing yet. Okay, recipe list component.html, I will go, and here after this item, what I'm going to do, this recipe selected is there, let me copy it so that we don't have make any spell mistake, property binding recipe, and then after that here we'll have another thing on recipe. So we are going to create this in our ts file. Now on recipe selected, we are not passing the event here, we have on recipe selected, we are passing the item here, passing the item here. Okay, so now let us go to the recipe list component dot ts file. Okay, dot ts file, and see what we're doing here. So we're taking it here again here, and we'll again outputting it, and we'll pass it to a detail component. So it is a whole tree type of thing is been formed. So this is not a good way, and this is also, I have done a lot of React. This is a bad way in that also, passing from child to the parent and parent to the another child, passing like this. Okay, because yes, we are going to pass it to the that detail, recipe detail. Okay, so so I told that this is sort of a complete project, but not an elegant solution, because we'll learn more thing and then we'll do a elegant solution. So this is based on the knowledge of Angular 1, 2, and 3 tutorials which I have on my channel. Okay. So here, enough of talk. Output, output is there. So output is selected, and let's give it some unique name, recipe that selected, because we should have a unique name. Again, new event emitter I'm going to do, and again it will give error. Click on it, click add event emitter is there, and add event emitter is done. And then see, then this, what is this, on recipe selected is there. I'll click on it, I'll save it, and on recipe selected is recipe is recipe recipe. Okay, on recipe selected, recipe is anyways done, and then it's a function. And so this dot recipe that selected, which is this thing, recipe that selected, such a weird name, dot emit. And but I ran out of name, so that's why it is a weird name, because I ran out of the name. Okay, so after that the recipe is there, and then after that I will go back to the recipes uh, component. Okay, recipes component. So again I'm going to back to a parent component. Okay, so recipes component, we are going back, recipes component dot html. Okay, so here I am going to, in that list I am going to add it, which is recipe that selected. So recipe that selected, I added it, and then here, so I could have created another function here, but another function is again a base. So selected recipe equal to dollar event I will do, dollar event I will do, and then app recipe detail is there, and here I'm going to use the star ng if I'm going to do, and selected recipe we are going to do, and then here, so see, such a big link I have formed. Okay, so now from here we are passing to the recipe detail. So actually this is the parent component. Actually, I forgot about that also. Recipe component, from here we have to pass it to the recipe detail. Okay, so we are going to have a else if here. So else, so for text, so else if, so we are getting the else if also, recipe else if this, and ng template. So else if, as we have earlier learned, that it is done by ng template, template ng template I'm going to do. And here we are going to have hash info text info. We don't want this one. This sometimes this emit and the combination of tab name gives something really weird. Hash info text p. Please select a recipe. So why I am giving this? Because or I think, yeah, it will broke. A lot of things are not yet done. Okay, so now we will go to the recipe detail component like now. So finally we are going there. Recipe detail .ts. We are going first recipe detail component.ts, and here at input I am doing recipe, so it is included, and here I am getting this finally. So input and recipe are done. Save it. Now finally we are going to use addresses. So this is such a bad thing to do. So I pass so many trees to come here, and hopefully it will work. So image source is there, binding recipe dot image, path is there. Let me save it and see whether it is working. And again it is failed to compile. Let me see the error. Selected recipe does not exist on recipe component. Selected recipe, I think I got it. It is selected recipe, but it does exist. It does exist. Selected recipe does exist. Equal to dollar event selected recipe. Doesn't exist on the type. Recipes component. Okay, recipes component. Some error is there. Okay, so recipes component dot html, recipes component dot html and ts. Why it is giving recipes component.html and recipes component.ts. Okay, I got it. Recipes component.ts. What the hell is there in here? Recipes. Okay, recipes detail. It is recipes. Okay, it is okay. Okay, got it. So this recipes component.html is there, and here in the recipes component dot as, so there is nothing like this selected recipes. So I have to come here and this. So this is a good error. Selected recipe and recipe I'll do, and anyways why is it not selecting it? Okay, let it select it. Okay, so this will be done. Okay, now it will fix it actually. Yeah, it is not, it is fixed it, and it is giving me this, please select a recipe. And let me close a bit. Please select a recipe, where, yeah, this is coming from here because we have not selected a recipe. So now let me select a recipe. See, why is the image not coming? Okay, another problem. Oh, okay, let me fix it. Okay, src recipe dot image path alt recipe dot name. Okay, recipe detail dot recipe detail component ts file also we need to edit. Did we edited it? Okay, yeah, we have edited it. Okay, okay. Come here, cp name. Let me do something more. H1. Let us see whether it is coming or not. Recipe dot name. And another thing is there, recipe dot description will do. Save it. Now come back. Oh, nothing is coming. All the things are removed. Again, some issue is there. It is saying it is compiled successful, but it is not able to pass it. Okay, it is not able to pass it. And we are already more than 1 hour in the stream, and this last thing is bugging so much. Okay. Let's debug it. So this is debugging 101. This is getting created as debugging 101 instead of your normal Angular thing. But it is good. We are learning Angular debugging. What else? Okay. So this is somehow not coming here. Recipe detail. So this recipe detail is not, so let's backtrack it. So recipe detail is uh, recipe detail html ts file at input recipe is there, and recipe model it is there. Okay, it is okay. And from where this is coming, and it is coming from here. It is coming from, so this part is working fine. See, please select a recipe part is working currently completely fine. So recipe component.html and recipe component.ts is the main thing. Recipe component, no, recipe component.html and recipe component.html and recipe component.ts. So in the recipe component.html we have selected recipe, and it is equal to event okay, recipe that selected is there. Okay, recipe that selected is there. Selected recipe equal to dollar event is there, and ts recipes is there. Yeah, selected recipe only is there. Okay, then from where this recipe that selected is coming, recipe that selected is coming from the list. Recipe that selected is coming from the list. Yeah, it is coming from the list. Recipe that selected is coming from the list. I mean, recipe that selected is coming from the list, and recipe list component we are going to see recipe list.html and recipe list.ts. Recipe list.html is there. In that we have button success new recipe. Okay, let item of recipe, let item I am passing, and recipe selected I am passing, and in that on recipe selected I am passing, and on recipe item on recipe selected item is there. On recipe selected, recipe selected is this recipe. Okay, and it is coming from head. So this kind of weird things happens when we have such a deep level. Okay, on recipe selected is where on recipe selected is this, and it is emitting recipe that selected, and it is selecting the recipe. Okay, okay, console.log. Is it passing the right thing? See, I thought this only some error is there. Cannot read property undefined reading name. Reading name. Undefined reading name. Recipe detail component dot html at 5. Recipe detail component html. See, I think we got the error. Recipe recipe detail component.html on line 5. Yeah, I know recipe.name is not working. I know that thing. But in the recipe list component I'm passing it right. 23 recipe list component, where recipe list component I am passing it right, and this console.log is coming from recipe list component. I'm passing it right, and think I don't know. What is wrong here? Let me do one thing. I know. Let us see what is the issue here. Checking the issue. I'm just committing it out. Okay. So okay, so this is there. Let me remove this. This okay. Oh, let me commit this also. Again, checking if it is not coming. We will do a thing. We'll do. I have a earlier code, so I will compare it. Why it is not coming? Means it's okay from recipe list component. It is some issues is there, and HTML is there. Recipe list component HTML is there. Let me have a save it. Or some issue is there. So this is a very good way to fix something. Oh, yeah, let me do a bit smaller because I'm not able to see much. Uh, 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 uh. What it did? Div, 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 div. No issues there. Okay, recipe list component I have done. No issues there. Just some space thing is there. Okay, so recipe list component dot ts I will do. If I do this again, some I think some space issues will be there. Okay, on init output. Okay, that is not an issue. That is not an issue. That is not an issue. Okay, so this is very cool way to fix it. If I would have done it not live, I would have done it like this only. Okay, anyways, I'm going to do it for the next 15-20 minutes, or else I will stop it because I cannot give this stream forever. And if I find some solution and what was the issue, that definitely I will find, and I will paste it in the chat or the first comment. I will paste it. Okay, so but let me give it a last try. Okay, so this recipe list component, recipe list, that is a cool thing in live streaming. This thing never happens in just thing. That's why live streamings are so tough. Okay, especially in this kind of project. Okay, recipe list component, no issues there. So after that recipe list component, we will go to the recipes component. So recipe list component, no issue is there. So recipes component will go, and then control V is there, control S I will do. Let me see recipes. What issues there? App. So that was the issue. Now you got the issue. I'm not even binding the recipe. See this recipe binding you're seeing? I'm not even binding the recipe. So how it will show? This binding is not there. Now you got the issue. Okay, my bad. So now I'll close it. Now if I go back and I click on it, see it is coming, see it is coming. It is coming perfectly. So the binding was not there. Oh, finally I got it. This is such a weird thing. Okay, so we got it. The images are quite big. Images are quite humongous, and so let me fix the images now. And where is my the recipe detail? Yeah, here is the recipe detail, everything else is coming. Image responsive, class is there, so we got to fix it. That p style equal to max height is 300 px. Save it. Now if I click it, it is looking perfect. Looking perfect. Okay. So now one more thing, last thing which I am going to do is we will write the code to add ingredients in shopping list. So if I go here and go to the shopping list, I cannot add the ingredients. Like I want to add something here and click on the add button, so it will add the ingredient. So let me go back there and let me do one thing. Let me close all these things. Okay, close all these things, and we will do it through your references, so that we will learn that reference also. So let us go there, and shopping, we increase the font size now. Recipes is done, and shopping edit component we have to go. Shopping edit.html we will go first, and the ts also, let me open it. Shopping edit.html, I am there, and then the input type is text and id is name, and all those things are there. So we have to give something here. So this is how references work. Name, input we are going to do, and here input number is there. Here I am going to use hash amount input I'm going to give. Okay, and then in the button click event will be there. So submit, only the submit will work now. Rest of them we will do in the second one. Okay, click equal to on add item, like this, on add item. So we have to click save it, and we have to make it, and on add item. So now all those things we have to fix. Let's fix this thing, all these things. We, as I have told, we are we are using references, not like and the ng model or something we are not using. So we are using the tough way, the references way, although it is not required. Okay, but we should know it. So here we are going to use add view child. So another way to use references, add view child, and here we have to give the name of the thing which we have just done. So here first thing I will do the name input, but in from angular 8 we have to give this static is false. We have to give this static false also. This is required. Okay, then name input ref, anything we can take, and it is element ref I'm going to take. So like this, element ref. So everything is imported, I think. Yeah, everything is imported, so it will not give any error. See, like this, name input, and the other one is amount input, amount input, amount input ref, amount input ref is element ref, and then here at output, is there, and ingredient added is new event emitter, and we want it as ingredient. So ingredient will also be imported, and event emitter, I don't know why it is not imported, it should be also imported, but event emitter also I have imported it. So I have an output also. Okay, so because this output will go to the shopping list. Okay, so at output we have created, and all those things we have created. Now on add item I have done, and this will again go to the your at output. That's why we have created, because we are going to emit it. So const in gray name, in gray name, we are going to have a long thing here. This dot what happened, this dot name input ref dot native element. So like this we do when we use this. Why this always do like this? Const in gray amt equal to this dot amount input ref. Amount input ref is there, native element dot value is there. Okay, amount input ref native element dot value, const new ingredient, const new ingredient equal to new ingredient, and ingredient name and ingredient amount I will pass. Why it is coming like this? Ingredient like this, and this two, because this two, if I could have directly done it here, the name was quite big. Okay, and now this dot, so now I will emit it. Ingredient added dot emit new, this one, this one, this one I will do, and ingredient added we have done. Save it. Now, so now we are emitting it, we have to catch it somewhere. So that somewhere is the parent component, the list. So that's why we are outputting it. So edit the parent component is list one. We will go here and we will catch it, catch it. Yes, ingredient added. So today's live stream is, again it is, I think it will, how much it is done, 1.5 hour. Yeah, that's cool. On in grade, whatever I give the name, I have anyway, I have to create it in a ts file. Okay, so this ts file I'll come, and where is this? On ingredient added I'll do, on ingredient added, ingredient and ingredient. I don't want void or something, so much TypeScript I don't anyways like. So here I am having this ingredient, and which is of type ingredient, so I have added. And now finally we will push into this ingredients array. So this dot ingredients dot push the single one ingredient. Okay, this dot single one I pushed. Save it. Hopefully it is done. So I'm here. So anyways, this is different. So this is working. Shopping list, I'll go and what I will do, milk, maybe milk, 20 milk, and this is also not a good thing. So 20 is done. I don't know, but it is jumping. Why it is jumping? It is jumping because by default we have to show the recipes, but for a fraction of second you might have seen it. So if I go here, and anyways I told that it is not a completely elegant solution, but yeah, this is how it is added. And it is jumping because the moment we add it, what happens is, see where it is, it goes to the router. That route thing is there, it goes there, so that's why it is happening. So I will do meet 10, but closely see, it is getting added here. Anyways, we're going to change most of the logic here, so it is get added, then for after a second it goes to the primary thing. This routing thing is done, so it is working fine. And with this we complete this long streaming. And hope you liked what I did. And we fixed a lot of issues here. We learned a lot of debugging here in a real life Angular project. So if you do like the streamings which I do, please do subscribe to my channel. That will support me a lot. And I am a full-time JavaScript trainer right now. So I have some certain courses which can help anyone to get into development. I'm into mainly React ecosystem. Angular also I know, but my main USP is React, so that's why I was struggling also a bit on Angular also. But it doesn't mean I have worked a lot of on past 5 years in my professional journey. I have worked on Angular and React, Angular and React, Angular and React. But as you all might know, I always advocate for React, and React is the way we should go if you want to get a job. And Angular is also there, but Angular is also React in a lot of places, because you cannot sometimes manage what you need to learn. So again, please do support me subscribing to my channel. And if you want to learn more about the courses which I offer, do check in the link in the description. Thank you, and I will end the stream now.